Hi, it's Jez here from nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. I'm in a different place today. I'm sitting at my sort of normal planning desk, and I'm going to bring you the project that I made for the Joy of Sets blog hop. I always have to say that very carefully. The theme this month was fonts. So the joy of writing, of different fonts, and we were allowed to do anything with it. And so I thought I'd do a little bit of sort of mixed metering, do a bit of mixed media, and sort of incorporate sort of my sort of junk journal. And so I've kind of made half a page, so imagine this would be in a junk journal. And so I did some napkin, paper napkin stuff on some book pages, and added some different sentiment stamps and some die cuts of words and some different stamps. And I've used only Stampin' Up stuff because I tend to when I'm doing these blog hops, although it's not exclusively Stampin' Up with the Joy of Sets. So yeah, I just had lots and lots of fun making this. So I've done 2 pages here that will get sewn into a journal eventually. And so I thought I would just do some more. I've used some very old stamps and some bang up to date ones as well. And I made this journaling card, which I really loved, but I did it on Whisper White, and actually I think it would be better in Very Vanilla. So we're going to make this, and then we're going to use some napkins and some book pages as well. Okay, so for this I have used the Stitched So Sweetly die set, wonderful die set with lots and lots of stitched layers, and you've got these lovely stitched rectangles that have got scalloped edges, which you can see here, and then these lovely layers. And I've used this sentiment here from Peaceful Moments, which was the main reason for buying this. Well, it had a happy birthday, it had a thank you and sympathy and congratulations, but I liked the always remember, and these are the moments we'll look back on with joy, because I was thinking that I would use that in my journals and that it would fit really, really well. And I really liked the font. I liked the fact that it mixed fonts with this swirly as well as sort of quite a nice sort of typed, and that really, really appealed to me. And as you can see in the example here, I even just cut out the words Moments with Joy. So I've got Happy Moments with Joy there. My thoughts for this one is I've got a very special memory of a family holiday with my 2 sons in Paris, and I'm going to put a picture. We were in Paris on a day that Hull City, our local football team, were, I think they were either playing their first match in the Premiership or were going to be promoted. I can't quite remember. I'm not a football fan. And so my eldest was wearing his Hull City shirt, walking through Paris, and an East Yorkshire bus drove by. Who could believe it? And they're just like, everybody just like, they beeped the hall and they waved, and it was just such a wonderful moment, and it is happy and it was joyous. And so I want the picture of my son and the East Yorkshire bus in the middle of Paris on the back there. It's just such a lovely memory, and I want a journaling card there to remember it. So that was my plan for this, but I want to do that in Very Vanilla. So I've got my Very Vanilla, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 of these large ones out, because that is 2 of them back to back, so you get the nice edge on each side, plus it gives it quite a bit of strength. And so I'm going to, I can get both out of a square an end there, can't I? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'll go down that way. I've got to cut it down because it won't all go through the big shot. So just get my trimmer. That was the one thing I forgot to bring over. I've sort of sat myself on the desk here because I am going to use an awful lot of stamp sets to do this, but it is the joy of stamp sets. So that's what I am going to be doing. So I'm going to get this cut out ready so that I can go and die cut it. I'm trying to work out if I've got enough room on this half for that. Not quite. So I'm going to cut this down ready. It's really weird. I don't normally film and sit down. So this is a little bit like I'm just having a play and talking to myself. Not used to. I have had a very nice play making what I've made. So I'm going to get that stamp set out, which I have. I've got loads of stamp sets out and I just didn't get this one out ready. So I want that one and that one. So I think always remember is, or even just using the remember is something I like for the back of tags and things. So I've been using cinnamon cider, which I think is a really lovely colour for if you're doing vintage things. It's very similar to Vintage Photo, which I use a lot. There we go. I'm not going to do the Always Remember until after. I was nearly going to scrub that one, but it isn't actually been used yet, Jess. So that is ready to get die cut, and then I'm going to die cut these two, but I might do the stamping whilst I'm here. So on one of them I used Very Versailles, one of my favourite sets for sort of junk journaling, because it's got this lovely script and we've got these leaves and this frame, and just nice sentiments, and you could take and use Just Beautiful Day of that one, which I quite like. So I'm going to put, I've got a bit of scrap under here. So what I did with this font is go might have even stamped off looking at it. Certainly stamped off on the back. So with the back one, what I did was I just went over sort of halfway, and I'm going to stamp the Always Remember after I've cut it out so that I know it's in the right place. Might stamp that again by stamping off. So it's a bit of a lighter colour. Right, so I think that'll be cool. So I'm going to get these now die cut that one and that one and that one, and then we'll have some fun with some inking. So the other thing I did whilst I was there was I embossed it. I don't know if you can see on here, but there is some embossing on there. I'll show you on this one. So this is the Old World paper embossing folder, and it gives that sort of a ripply effect there, so it looks like old paper. Yeah, I think you can see that. So it's quite a nice effect. So I thought that would be cool to do. So now I'm going to do some inking around these. Put those back. I tidied my desk up the other day and put it on Instagram, and sort of said, wonder how long it will last. And it's been pretty good, I have to say, which is why I can actually sit down and don't have to go to my filming desk. I have a dedicated filming space, so that there we go. I can always film, although that does get a mess sometimes, but pretty much I've always got space to film. And whereas this I end up with not even a whole mat space to be on. So we do have some fun and games. Right, I think the other side of this is, yeah. So I've got one of those makeup brushes. They're quite good for doing a bit of blending. So I'll bring this in. I do think this is going to be a much better colour because the book page paper is a vanilla shade. So it's a book that published in the 50s. That was where the books come from. So it's gone very yellow, and I say normally I kind of age whisper white, but it needed I think it needs vanilla. We'll be able to see when it's done if this actually looks better. So that's that, and then we can do a bit of this as well. Going to give this a gentle, just a brush all over really, and then I'm going to take my sponge dauber and just go around the edges just to emphasize it. I do really enjoy making these things, and so I've finished my first junk journal and I'm now putting photos in it and journaling, and I don't need to make any tags or anything for it, but I like doing it, so I am just making lots of different things because I'm still doing my Wednesday videos, which is my junk journal videos, and So I'm making lots of things, little embellishments and tags and things, so that I've got a bunch ready for another one, basically. And I did take a signature out of it, and I've decided that what I'm going to do is decorate the separate pages before I put it together, which is what I'm working on here. So these two are going to get, I'm kind of looking, yeah, that's the right way up-ish. Not that you can actually read any of that writing, which is why I like it, because it's sort of script but indecipherable. And I'm just going to stick the two of them together. I've got a bit of Tombow here, if there's actually any in this one. Might have to just reach across. Yeah, there is literally nothing in that one. Don't even know why I'm bothering to put it back. So let's get this one. So just, I like wet glue. I like the wigglage that you get with it. Am I still the right way up? No. That way. So just push them into place so that those two scallop edges meet each other. Could have always just thought about it. I could have just glued these on three sides, then I would have had a little secret pocket. Ah well, too late now. But now I've thought of it, I might do that next time. Have a little secret pocket. That would be quite cool. I've got a little bit of gunge there, but you know what? Doesn't matter. It would actually probably just rub off with my adhesive rubber, but it's okay. Where's my bone folder? There we go, and I might just go over these edges a bit. There might be a bit of a white core showing through. Let's get a bit of ink. And that's that, and then we just need to make sure we got it up the right way. Just stick this on. And that's our little journaling card. Layers of texture, layers of fonts. I think it works really well and fits the brief nicely. And I just thought of something else that can go on there. I think I've got some made in... I made my own little sort of enamel dots. I think, yes. I thought I'd made some in cinnamon cider. So I made these by just cutting out circles using a label punch. So these are like the holes, and then I covered them in glue, fine tip glue pen, and let it dry. But I put them on glue dots to begin with, so I keep them in my little pot ready for when I want them. So that is my little card, journaling card. Let's get that pocket page now. Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? To go in there, much better. So fabulous. So that's that card done. I've decided I'm going to do this in 2 halves because the rest of it took too long. So join me next week for my next Junk Journal episode, and I'll show you how I created this. I've already done it, and I made this envelope with what I created and this one here, and I think I've got a few scraps that I need to do something with. So yes, come and join me next week and I'll show you how to make those things. Okay, don't forget to go and see the blog, and I'll link to the blog hop and you can see what everybody else has done with fonts. Might be some more mixed media, who knows. I'm excited. Okay, bye for now.